Hi everyone, and welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. Today I'll be demonstrating how I created this fun, extra tall, elegant 2-tier wedding cake. The cake tiers that I've used here are a 5-inch round by 9 inches tall. So that is 3 cakes that I've stacked together. They have been all cut in half, so you're going to find 6 layers of cake and 5 layers of frosting when you cut into it. I've crumb coated this already, but now I'm applying a final layer of frosting with buttercream, taking whatever excess I have on my scraper and dumping it back into those pockets. Give it one final smooth, and then without removing that lip, I'm going to pop her into the fridge. Being so small and so tall, she is so fragile, so you can really feel a little unbalanced when you pick it up, so just be careful of that one. This is the 8-inch bottom tier, and it's been crumb coated and stacked the same way. I'm just applying that final layer of frosting again, but you'll note that I have a central dowel running nice and tall through that middle. Pop this into the freezer as well, and to make your extra tall cakes super stable, what you can do is run 2 dowels right through those cakes, and that way it kind of just holds it nice and stable for you. Aside from that, I'm also going to be adding in 5 dowels cut flush with the top of the cake. This is going to be added in to support the weight of our top tier. I used a hot blade to cut off that lip, and then I'm going to apply my top tier. Make sure I can see where the hole is. So this is the most nerve-wracking part. It took me a couple of tries, and in the end, using your hands is just so much simpler. My right hand is holding onto a dowel that is right in the top of the cake. That way I don't have to touch the cake with my hands. I can just sort of keep it balanced from that dowel that I just removed. There was a hole that was cut inside the cake board sitting underneath a 5-inch cake. That's what I positioned the dowel to run through. So pre-cut to make it nice and centered. After everything is applied and attached, I'm going to cut off that top lip, and off she goes to rest in the fridge to firm up. The decorations that I've used is rice paper sails. So this is rice paper that I've got here. I've dunked it into water, kept it submerged for about 10 seconds. If it starts to stick to your fingers, just pop it back into the water and it'll help to unstick it. Lay it flat over some scrunched up baking paper, and then pop it into your oven and allow it to dry at the lowest possible temperature. Mine was 50 degrees Celsius. After about an hour, they were nice and dry and I could remove them from the baking paper. And then here I'm just applying edible gold dust mixed with vodka to create a paint. I'm just gonna accent the edges. And then when I'm ready, I'll apply it to the cake with some buttercream, but first we're going to create this distressed look. Our cake frosting is nice and firm. I'm just going to apply some fresh buttercream onto the cake with a spatula. Give it a couple of taps to make that rugged, distressed buttercream look, and then apply your sprinkles. Aside from that distressed buttercream, we're also creating some palette knife petals, attaching some sprinkles to those, and then finally our rice paper decorations. If you're worried of it falling off, if it's going to be a warm day, you could apply it with some white chocolate instead of buttercream. I did find driving some of these did fall off, but I did have a backup plan. I always carry some buttercream in the car with me to stick them back on. And that's it. That's how you create a really fun extra tall wedding cake with rice paper sails. I hope this was handy for you guys, and if you do recreate it, I would love to see it. # Rosie's Dessert Spot so I can check it out. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again in the next one.